Hello and thank you for joining us on ERi-TV. This is English news broadcast here from the headquarters in Asmara at exactly 10:30 p.m. First, the top stories. Has Hospital is providing commendable service. Community-based developmental campaign in Belarus. Poland signs $5.8 billion arms deal with South Korea. Lukashenko says Belarus warplane modified to carry nuclear arms. Local news. The medical director of the Has Hospital, Dr. Tesfasillace Eyob, said that the hospital is providing praiseworthy health service by putting in place the necessary medical equipments and human resource. Dr. Tesfasillace indicated that the hospital has put in place modern medical facilities for diagnosis and treatment of various internal disease, ultrasound and X-ray equipments, as well as skilled human resource, and that is easing the workload of the other health facilities in the hospital. Dr. Tesfasillace went on to say that students graduating from medical colleges are significantly contributing in the commendable health service provision as well as in physiotherapy and counseling service. The youth health professionals at the hospital on their part expressed that they are getting spiritual satisfaction for the contribution, their professional capacity in serving their society. Dr. Tesfasillace further noted that the hospital is providing professional advice and drugs free of charge to diabetics and hypertension patients as well as to people with visual impairments. The head of the agricultural office in Belarus subzone, Mr. Seltane Gaim, reported that the popular campaigns, including soil and water conservation, that have been conducted in the subzone have significant contribution in the development of natural resource in general and enriching water capacity of dams and microdams. Mr. Seltane went on to say that at the community-based popular campaigns had started from January, over 65,700 meter cubes of water diversion schemes and 97,400 meters of terraces have been constructed and have significantly contributed in enriching water capacity of the dams and microdams, indicating that the Belarus subzone there are 12 dams and 7 microdams. Mr. Seltane said that they are significantly contributing in ensuring water supply to humans and livestock as well as in the development of vegetables and fruit farming. According to Mr. Seltane, so far 65,000 tree seedlings have been planted and the program is ongoing. Commending the participation the residents demonstrated in the program, Mr. Jabra Indul, administrator of the Ad Berbere administrative area, called for reinforced participation for better outcomes. The commander of 6th police station in the central region, Lieutenant Tekle Mariam Tekle, called on the public to strengthen participation in the effort to control crimes and petty offenses. Lieutenant Tekle Mariam made called at the seminar conducted with residents of Gazawanda, indicating in detail the basic activities and responsibilities of police forces. Lieutenant Tekle Mariam called on the public to reinforce participation in the effort to ensure peace and security and in respecting law and order as well as in bringing criminals and petty offenders to justice, pointing out that not knowing the law could not make free from accountability. Lieutenant Tekle Mariam said that in the past 3 months, 58 crimes and 22 offenses, as well as a number of traffic violations, have been registered in the subzone. Lieutenant Tekle Mariam also called on parents to include the noble societal values on their children and follow their daily activities. The participants on their part conducted extensive discussion on the issue raised at the seminar and called for its sustainability. You are watching ERi-TV. We'll be back with international news. Stay tuned. Polish Deputy Prime Minister Mariusz Błaszczak, who also serves as the country's defense minister, signed the arms deal on Friday at the military base in the northern Polish town of Morga and handed them to the head of South Korea's Weapons Acquisition Program Administration Minister, Eom Dong-kwon. Błaszczak underlining during the ceremony, boasting that it is most important that the first tanks and cannon howitzers will be available to Poland's army this year and that they are strengthening Poland's defense. Under the military contract with South Korea, Poland, a member of the US-led NATO military alliance, is purchasing 180 K2 Black Panther tanks made by Hyundai Rotem and worth $3.4 billion, as well as 212 kg Thunder howitzers built by Hanwha Defense and worth $2.4 billion. The deals also include training, logistics, and ammunitions. All of the weapons are expected to be delivered by the end of 2025. This is according to reports. Speaking through an interpreter, the Korean minister further pointed to the good relations and trust that the two U.S. allies have developed in their business, as well as social and cultural relations. Also attending the ceremony were the heads of the Korean weapons manufacturers involved in the arms deal, as well as Polish tank crew who will go to Korea for training in October. According to Błaszczak, Warsaw and Seoul also plan to sign an additional arms deal later this year for the purchase of 12 Fa-50 warplanes, a light training and combat aircraft jointly produced by Korean Aerospace and major American arms maker Lockheed Martin. President Alexander Lukashenko says the Belarusian military's Su-24 warplane have been modified to carry nuclear weapons, and that Minsk would react immediately if the West caused it any problems. Lukashenko, the authoritarian leader of ex-Soviet Belarus, said he had agreed on the move to modernize Belarusian warplanes with Russian President Vladimir Putin. This is according to Belta news agency reported on Friday. Lukashenko, who has allowed Russian forces to use Belarusian territory to launch attack against Ukraine, did not go into details about how a weapon transfer from Moscow might take place. Belta cited Lukashenko as talking about a potential further threat from neighboring Poland, a NATO member, while saying he was confident that the Polish military, unlike Warsaw's politicians, understood how Minsk could respond to what he called any escalations. He overall remarks appeared to be referring to a potential threat from the West in general, and went on stating that it's not a good idea to escalate things with Belarus because that would be an escalation with the Union instead of Russia and Belarus, which has nuclear weapons, and that if they start to create problems, the response will be immediate. And now we have a quick review of the top stars. Has Hospital is providing commendable service. Community-based developmental campaigns in Eritrea and South Sudan. Poland signs $5.8 billion arms deal with South Korea. Lukashenko says Belarus warplanes modified to carry nuclear arms. That's all with the news for this evening, and thank you for being with us.